Hi guys. I cannot leave my house without getting like some kind of message. Also, don't mind my dirty steering wheel, because that's my business and I gotta live my life out here. So I have this message, and you know what, to be honest, this message is for me. This is a message for me, but I feel like it could be a message for you guys too. So I was leaving my house to go and get more of my little CBD seltzers, and I saw this dog walker walking down the street with all of these dogs, which, by the way, were adorable. And he looked miserable, absolutely miserable, walking all of these dogs. And I was like, what does that mean? And I realized that it was a message about how sometimes we like keep these loyalties to people, places, and things, even though they're like making us miserable, because we're like, oh my god, they're so cute, like, oh my god, it's the right thing to do, like, oh my god, like, I'm a good person if I still do that, even though it's like really just like all this extra baggage. Like, I have truly never seen more of a physical representation of like the 10 of Wands ever. And then as I pulled onto the main street, I, for some reason, I guess because I live in America, I never noticed like all of the telephone lines, and how they really were disrupting like the nice scenery that was the trees. And like, what are phone lines for? They're to communicate. Oh, there's a guy coming right up my neck. They're to communicate, right? And I was like, wow, like that's another message for you, Lauren. Like, imagine how much nicer your scenery would look if you weren't having all of these lines of communication open out of like this sense of loyalty to people that really are just kind of like weighing you down. They're like more of a burden. And the thing is that I think part of the reason that dog walker looks so miserable is because it's so hot. Like we're about to have like these big storms coming through Jersey, and that heat really reminded me of like the pressure that like I know I'm under. Like, I'm in like a rice cooker right now, but I know like a lot of us are in this like pressure of like this being birthed into the new. We're like coming out of the canal, and like all of our little heads are just like, ow. And so that was like the message for me. It was like, Lauren, like, you're already under so much pressure, a lot of which is pressure that I'm putting on myself, perfectionist, but you're already under so much pressure, like being birthed into this new season. How much more comfortable would you be? How much more would you enjoy the scenery around you if you weren't carrying around like these senses, these leashes of loyalty, right? You had all these phone lines really disrupting like the sights around you. And I was like, wow. And then I went into the liquor store to get more of my little hemp seltzers, because you know that helps my anxiety. And I came out and I got in my car and I looked to the car to my left, feminine receiving side, and some guy has like a little dangly off of his rear view mirror, and it's a cardinal in a nest. And cardinals talk for me a lot about family. Like, they talk a lot about your ancestors. So the ancestors really be coming through for me today, being like, Lauren. And so it's not like a message that like I felt like guided to like give you necessarily. Like, I could have kept that like in my own back pocket, but I feel like maybe some of you guys need that message too. It's like one of those, it's a message for me, but like it could be a message for you too. It's food for thought regardless. But I love you guys. You enjoy your day. We're getting storms in Jersey, so I'm gonna finish some of these readings, and I'm gonna batten down the hatches and drink my hemp seltzer, and just like live my life, you know? But I love you. I'll see you later. Goodbye. I hope that helps.